In other words, in order to really get to the product or get to the blessing, we call it the blessing. When we say the blessing, it means that it's something you're going to enjoy. Amen? How many of you have ever been to a restaurant and it's just not a blessing? All right. Amen. It's like a curse. It's like, really, what did they go through to prep for this to be this way? And that's just the truth. But it's the same way of life. We go through a process. And for the last few weeks, we've talked about a few of those kind of processes. And that process, number one, we talked about was being chopped. And nobody liked to be chopped. But the truth is, if you chop up some good old vegetables, some good old meat, or whatever it is, going through the process is a tough journey. But at the end of the finish line, that chopped up stuff is just right. Hello, somebody. Another thing, and how many kids like pizza, though? Pizza, excuse me. Pizza. Okay? You like pizza. Pizza has to go through the press. Somebody shout the press. Amen. And nobody likes to be depressed or to be pressed. One of the most annoying things for me is when someone presses me into doing something that I don't want to do. Come on. And it's the same way with pizza, though. The more you press it, the more it's going to want to come back up. Why? Because it just don't want to do it. But if you really want to get it to where it needs to, you just have to keep at it. And a lot of times in life, in order for us to get to our blessing, we have to go through the pressing. And I use the initial perspective of having a cold iron. And when the more you press, the heat leaves the iron, and you have to press a little bit harder in order to get the result that you need. Hello. So sometimes in our lives, when things come our way, it just requires us to press a little bit harder. And then we talk about the tossed, being tossed to and fro, being back and forth, going from jobs to jobs, going from opportunities to opportunities, going in and going out, starting and just can't finish it. So you go to something, and I don't know if you've met anybody like that. They start a bunch of stuff, but they never finish it. And that's the toss. That is just going everywhere. That all that chopped up stuff, all that pressed stuff, and all that stuff, you start putting it together and you begin to toss it. What am I talking about in the food industry? When you begin to toss, as a Christian, you have to look at the negative and make it positive. Hello. Because all things work together for good to them who love God and are called according to His purpose. In the food industry, when you begin to toss, it means I'm almost done. Come on, somebody. I'm almost coming out of that situation. It's almost time for dinner to be served. It's almost time for me to experience my blessing.